Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video call. My name is Andrew. I'm the head of the G8 language school, and I have an interesting person on the other end of the line. His name is Terry. You remember him because he gave us several English club meetings where we talked about Britain and traditions. He's a great person to speak with. And well, the reason and the occasion that we had this conversation is not very happy, but still, this is live. On the 8th of September, the Queen of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, Elizabeth II, died. Do we have any other way to describe of what happened? Maybe any other words, verbs that you suggested?
Well, the word or the verb to die is it's a very simple verb, isn't it? You know, and very final. And we English sometimes we like to make it sound perhaps a little bit nicer, you know. So instead of using to die, you may use to pass away.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
To pass
So
away. You may say
away.
the Queen has passed away. There is another word, of course, to demise. I don't know if
demise sounds very formal.
Yes, the Queen is demised. That means that she's dead.
What is the best way to express your feeling to the person? For example, you're a British citizen, right? What am I supposed to say in this occasion to you? That I feel sorry for your loss, or I have no idea what I can say? Help me out here.
Okay, the standard is to say, of course, I'm very sorry for your loss. But perhaps a little bit more professional, a bit of a higher level of English, is you might say, for example, I wish to give you my deepest consideration, or I would like to give you my deepest commiseration.
Well, another question that I'm very interested is that what is the secret of her huge popularity?
Looking back on her life, I mean, one is longevity. You know, she's been there a long time. 70 years is definitely a long time, and she's found a lot of friends in 70 years. But her character, she is the epitome of Englishness, and she is quintessential English, and I think people love that because it's very cute. But she is a very, very proud, traditional, and disciplined person. And over her 70 years reign, she has always been, as I say, this epitome of Britishness, upholding culture and tradition above all, and she's never let herself be swayed by popular decision or by political problems. She's always been a pillar in the British society.
I believe that she has also a very good sense of humor.
Incredible sense of humor. She really is funny. And when I was in the military, because of course I'm ex-British military, and while serving in London and Windsor, outside her stables there is a sentry, a guard, an armed guard, who stands there every morning. And when she is in Windsor, she likes to go riding every morning at 5 o'clock. And by the stables there's a little house, a little tiny house, and in this house she has a cup of tea every morning before she goes riding. And the butler prepares her tea, and she comes at 5 a.m. and just outside there's a little wooden window, and outside this window there is the sentry. And it's her tradition that every time she is there, she will open the window and she will call out, "Sentry, sentry, would you like a cup of tea?" And of course the sentry is not allowed to say no, so he will say, "Yes, ma'am." Well, come and get it then. So he has to, in military fashion, turn, march to the window, receive a cup of tea from the Queen's hand, drink the tea, gives her the cup back, and then she says, off you go then, and closes the window. That was Elizabeth, yeah.
She is definitely the person who smelled more fresh paint than any other person on the face of the earth. Would you agree?
Absolutely agree. I mean, there is a saying in England that for the Queen, the world smells of fresh paint. Again, when I was in the military, I was serving in Germany, in Münster, and the Queen came to visit, which is where I met her and had dinner. And for 2 weeks before she came, we repainted everything. And we even sprayed the grass green.
Really? I thought it could happen only in Russia.
No, it happens in England as well. We sprayed the grass green. We sprayed all the light spots out of the grass, you know. And
amazing.
It was in late summer and the leaves had just begun to fall. And there was a rumor that we would have to take some glue and put the leaves back on the tree, but that didn't happen.
By the way, now, don't you have to change the national anthem?
We don't change the anthem, we change one word. We change Queen to King.
Okay, and the full version?
Now it's God save our gracious King. Yes. What many people don't see, I think, and don't realize is that now that she has died, how many changes have to be made within the British society. I mean, all coins will now be minted with the King's head. Yeah. Postage stamps, all postage stamps, they've got to be now printed with the King's head. Within the military and the police force and the fire brigade, all these people were insignia, because they're royal, that carry the royal crown. Now, not a lot of people realize that the Queen's crown is different than the King's crown. So all these things that have got just the crown on them, for example, the post boxes in England, have to be changed for the King's crown.
Oh my God. Isn't that crucial?
That's crucial, yeah. Yeah.
Speaking about you personally, what is Queen for you?
When I got the news the day before yesterday, it saddened me. It saddened me very much, you know. Not like a grandmother or somebody so personal. But we British, as you well know, we are very traditional and we are very patriotic.
Yes.
And we love our Queen and we love all the flag waving and we love royal birthdays and changing of the guard and trooping of the colour and all these. Of course, for all of my life, she's been Queen. You know, and I'm 64 years old and she's been Queen all my life. And for the majority of people living today, she's, you know, there's not many people that remember George VI.
Yeah.
That's, you know, they're mostly either very, very old or dead. So she's outlived most of her subjects, you know. So most people in Britain only know the Queen, you know.
Right.
And I had the good fortune. I served in the military for 22 years of my life.
Right.
And so she was my boss for 22 years, if you like, and I wore her crown on my cap badge. And I met her on 4 occasions, had dinner with her once. And so I actually got to know her personally as well. So, you know, that goes a little bit deeper. And but very, very sad, because I liked the woman. She was fantastic. As a woman, she was amazing to talk to and interesting to listen to.
To wrap it up, probably we could recommend our English community members to watch a TV show called The Crown. Have you ever watched this?
I have watched this from beginning to end.
Yeah.
And, very, very good series. Reasonably authentic. It's certainly, if you watch that in the original language, the English in it is superb. And it will give you a good taste of why we are like we are, we quirky little English people, and the customs and traditions that are involved, and what an important role the monarchy plays, you know, because a lot of people say, why do you still have a monarchy? You know, it's a bit old-fashioned. Yeah. It is old-fashioned, but it works, you know, and it gives the country an identity, you know.
Yeah.
So.
In your case, it works miraculously.
In our case, yeah. And it's a great tourist attraction as well.
So, Your Majesty, may your soul rest in peace.
Nicely said. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. And I hope we'll hear more from you. Thank you.
Anytime you wish. You know where I am.